Welcome. This is Ron Oglesby, another cool feature of the week. And I've got Jeff with us today because I want to talk about something that's not getting enough play as far as I'm concerned. And this is apps on demand. And I figure we could go right to the source. We dig into Jeff's mind a little bit. And, maybe Jeff, you can introduce yourself. I'm all excited about this, but maybe you could introduce yourself and then we'll get into it.
Sure. My name is Jeff Ulatoski. I work in the product management team here at VMware in the end user computing group, and I'm responsible for our app volumes and app products.
He is the app volumes app man. And Jeff and I have talked a number of times before, and I'm an old layering guy, and that, led me to dig into app volumes with him when I first got here to VMware. But today we're talking about apps on demand. And, this is an interesting feature. And like I do all these videos, I wanted to ask, kind of what was the driving force? Why did you focus on this? Why did we build this? What was going on underneath? What was the customer need?
There's a couple things there. One is, straight off the bat, the best Windows environment is a clean, fresh new Windows environment. That's it. It runs smooth. Everybody who's reinstalled Windows before knows it's the best when you just got it going. And with
Windows will run forever if we don't put anything on it, right?
Exactly. It's with instant clones, that's what you get, a brand new machine every time you log in, right? And so App Volumes delivers those apps at login typically. But what's good about what we're doing now is instead of delivering all these apps that the user might use, we actually are going to just deliver the apps that they need when they need them.
Actually, apps on demand right at that point. So what's it, when we talk about app volumes and apps on demand, sometimes when I've talked to a customer, they're like, well, they aren't even aware of apps on demand, right? They all know about app volumes. And two, they start to ask those questions. Well, wait a minute, what's different about apps on demand versus app volume? Yeah, I get it. It only shows up when I want it or when I want to run it. But what's kind of happening technically on the back end? What's different? What's it doing?
Yeah, so with apps on demand, the agent and manager are communicating a little bit better. This is the piece that sits on the guest and the part in the control plane. And during the login process, it's asking the control plane, what apps does my user have? What are they supposed to get? And we'll deliver all of the things that make the user experience exactly the same as if they had those apps installed. So you get the icons and you get the items in the start menu. Even the Windows search will work at that point. And what
file
that does,
associations.
Exactly. And so what that does is it provides the capabilities for being able to request those apps when the user clicks them.
Okay. Very cool. And we're talking about delivering literally on demand. When we talk about on demand, it's not like they went to some website and clicked on it and then it's streamed, not some of that old school stuff. This is, I got a file, associations are there, and I went to double click on it and run it. I'm then right at that point delivering that out.
Yeah. Hey, Ron, we gotta probably go back a bit on that question because is actually coming. That's
okay.
It's a quarter out, and I don't want to talk about futures other than the futures we've already talked about at VMware.
Yeah, well, I like to jump in with both feet, and I tend to make corporate lawyers insane, so I get it. But yeah, but the idea, and part of the benefit here is that not doing it at logon actually speeds up the login time, which in some environments is critical. Their login speed is critical.
Exactly, and there's no reason to be taking time to deliver these apps if the user never uses them. We have those. We all know we have those users out there that use. They think they're a project manager, so they need Microsoft Project, right? Or they, or maybe they are for that month or that week, and then the rest of the time they don't. But then they need it another year later. So does it make sense to have that installed on their system, consuming the system resources the whole time they're not using it? And so App Volumes will give you Visio that one day you need it, that idle Thursday where you just need Visio. Meanwhile, the user sees the icon there and it's there anytime they want to click it.
All right, cool. So before we get into like the demo and stuff, is there anything that you think a customer should know before they try it, before they jump in with both feet?
Well, I would say that what's important to know is that this is a feature that's optional for our customers to use. They can go ahead and set the packages to on demand, but we want our existing customers to know that you still have the classic app volumes. You can still set it up to be classically delivered if you'd like.
Yeah, so this is something that even in an existing environment where they're running app volumes, they're delivering apps that log in, they could even start to play with it in that environment and go, we're going to try to deliver this app on demand and gain some confidence, test it a little bit before they start jumping in with everything.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Well, let's take a look at this thing. Let's show the people.
Sure. Let me go ahead and set that up. So here you go. This is, if you see here, we've got the applications set for delivery on demand. Got Adobe Reader and Notepad++ and Firefox, and all those apps were there to be ready to go. And as I mentioned, those apps will show up as icons. So you see them on the desktop. You come into the start menu, you'll see you got OneNote, and the apps are available in that as well. Now, if we go over to the old add remove programs, or I think it's called programs and features now, you'll see it's a clean machine. You'll have nothing installed on the machine except Windows itself and maybe any components you have in the base. If I double click on Firefox, it's going to launch that application. So the user experience is the same. As far as you were concerned, that app was installed and it launches, and you have the same functionality that you would have with that application. And if you come over here and you look, if I refresh, it is installed. So now if you went to the C drive and looked at it in program files, all that stuff would be there. Likewise, if I come into the start menu, I can go in here and type in search. So all of the same, Cortana type search stuff you can get, you go into Word, click, it's going to deliver Office. Office has got a Word as part of it. So that WinWord.exe it delivers the application package and then launches WinWord.exe. Office then launches and gives you a copy of Word. And so now you have that as well. And so you can
it's very smooth. It seems very smooth.
Exactly. And let me take you over to this other the control plane again, so you can see, just so I'm showing you from the control plane side. If I refresh here, you'll see I've got those two VMDKs. They can be VMDKs or VHDs. Those are attached to the machine. And then if I go ahead and log off, it's going to basically unmount those particular disks. And then as you've got it set up, recycle the machine and get ready for the next time you log in.
I love it. I love it. This is the exciting stuff to me. And especially being an old school layering guy, the concept of being able to dynamically, mount that thing, present the files into the file system as if they're local, blend the registry. I know how, having come from that background, I know how complicated that is to do and how hard it is to do it quickly. And it's quick, it's efficient, and it solves one of the major problems that typical, like let's say layering products have, which is doing that at login or doing it before you compile an image, let's say. It takes time. It takes a lot of time. And the more apps there are, the more it would take time, and either slow down a login or make an image recompile take forever. This is, hey, like you said, how many apps do I use on a daily basis versus how many are installed and rarely do I even use? Deliver it when they need it, make it appear, make it run seamlessly, never deliver it again if they don't use it again.
Yeah, and I would even say that it's, there's a lot of solutions out there like free up memory on your iPhone, for example, or your phone, so that it gives you the app and it'll download it from the cloud. But the cool part about this is it's leveraging that technology to do real-time attach. And I would even go as far as to say we've broken free of the layers. You don't have these layers that are coming in and baked in. It's actually up to the user to a la carte as they need the apps, and they don't even realize they're doing that.
Yeah, which is kind of the end state that you wanted to get to with all of these different layering technologies, was in the end was to make it consumer friendly and really not impact the performance on the machine when you didn't have to, not impact logins, et cetera. This is great. This is great, Jeff. This is exactly what I wanted to show folks out there. And this is yet again, a cool feature of the week. And I appreciate you being on, man.
I appreciate you having me. Thanks so much.
Thanks a lot, Jeff.